Allie, can I get any word at all?
Haunted.
Haunted. Thank you, haunted.
Cool.
I left the house. I know there's something I forgot. Did I leave my flat iron on? Is it too hot? Did I leave on a light? Did I leave on the stove? Oh, this thought is gonna haunt me until I get home.
You're haunted. You're haunted. All those thoughts inside your head you never wanted. You're haunted. You're haunted. Those thoughts inside your head you never wanted.
Oh my God, remember that time I had a party with all of my aunts? I bent down to get a soda and I totally ripped open my pants. That was so embarrassing. I was 15 years old. But I've never done anything else. It haunts me. I'm not old.
You're haunted. You're haunted. Those thoughts inside your head you never wanted. You're haunted. You're haunted. All those things that back in time you flaunted. I remember my first crush at school. I went up to her feeling oh so cool. She asked me how I was doing today.
How are you doing today?
I said, oh me? Oh gee, I guess I never really do my best. And then I got scared and I just ran away. And now I'm haunted. I'm haunted. My goodness, that's not how I want it. I'm haunted. So haunted. Now the past to me is taunted. I'm
Oh, that was fun.
That was so fun. Welcome, everybody, to Charm Scene, the Charminous podcast and all the scene. Thank you so much for listening. I'm sitting across from the incredibly ghostly Lily Ludwig.
And I'm sitting across from the keeps me awake at 2 a.m. It's Austin Packard.
Ooh, and once more, he's back, the floating pair of hands himself. It's the incredible music director, Sam Scheidler.
Hello, everybody.
Spooky Sam Scheidler. And keeping those funky skeleton beats on. We did this for the Halloween episode, too.
Yeah.
It's Chris Ditton on the drums.
Let's go.
Woo! And now, every week here on Charm Scene, we bring on a very special guest, normally from the Chicago music improv scene. But this week,
We have our first national guest. Is she a New York girly? Is she a LA girly? I don't know, but it's
That
not
is the
Chicago. We have an improviser, an author, an actor.
you may have seen her in Baby Wants Candy and Shamilton at Fringe in Edinburgh. You may have seen her in the LA cast of Baby Wants Candy. You can still hopefully see her streaming right now in Starkid's VHS Christmas Carols, and she's the creator of Power Trip, the all-new musical. We are so excited to have our guest this week. It's the amazing, incredible Allie Gordon!
Yay!
Well, you're...
To say anything else?
Say it again. Say it again.
Yay!
The word we say most often on this podcast, I'm pretty sure is
Yay,
yay.
we do a lot of yay, and
I
that
like
was
yay.
so fun.
Yeah.
Hey, can I just say that first number? That was so fun.
Yes. Yay.
Hey.
I've been told I do a lot of, oh.
You do. You're a
Yeah.
very active listener.
Yeah.
Incredulous.
The best part is I'm not paying attention. Allie, thank you so much for joining
Oh
us.
my God, I'm so excited to be here.
Yeah, you're breaking boundaries here for us.
Thank you so much. People do say that about me a lot.
Yeah,
Yeah.
You are here in town with Starkid doing
Yes.
VHS Christmas Carols
Yes.
at the Apollo. By the time this episode goes out, we don't know when, it'll be gone.
Yeah, you'll have seen it.
Yeah.
So you want to just give it sort of advanced praise?
Yeah.
Oh, I loved it.
Yeah.
I loved that I could walk to the theater.
We are recording this episode in November. We are going to see your show in a week or two. Hopefully, this is the first episode of the new year. So happy 2025,
Wow,
everybody.
2025,
And
yeah.
you missed Allie's show. Sorry. But you can stream it.
We're hoping. Last year we did a digital ticket. I have a strong assumption we'll do a digital ticket again. So you
Yeah.
can rent it and watch a pro shot of it. post our closing.
Yeah, and
That's
if it's
my
not
hope.
available, let just all of our army of Charm Scene fans out there, go storm their DMs.
Info at Team Starkid. I actually don't know if that's their email, so don't email that.
Yeah.
But I don't know if there was demand, they'd probably put the ticket out for longer.
Yeah.
This feels like they're going to be mad at me for saying that, but I feel like it could be true.
You're in so much trouble right now.
Well,
Allie Gordon canceled?
Point is, we are capitalizing on you being in Chicago by having you come onto our favorite little corner of the world here. in
Yeah,
Charm
you
Scene.
were like, we met this summer in Edinburgh.
Yeah.
And you told me you were coming to Chicago. And my first thought was, yay. And my second thought was, can you be on our podcast?
Yeah, I think I probably committed to this in August.
Can you give me a comp to your show? And can you come be on my show?
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah.
I met you both there. It was really fun.
That's
Yeah.
cool. Yeah.
Lily basically taught me how to do Shamilton,
Yeah.
which is great.
As she does to everybody.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
pretty great.
It's very nice.
And we did a whole bunch of shows there and did some spooky Edinburgh stuff.
Yeah.
It was great.
So cool. It was great. I'd love to see it. So we here on Charm Scene, as we're all well aware, but new listeners, if you're new, every week on Charm Scene, we invite our guest in and we invite them to tell us a story, something from their time in the arts, from performing, whatever that means to you. It's so open-ended. We take that story, we listen to it, we talk about it a little bit, and we put all of those ideas into what I call the metaphorical blender. Lily's really excited about me saying that.
I
The
love
metaphorical
this
blender, and we use different pieces, parts that we like, we pull it all out and use it as inspiration for a fully improvised musical. So, Allie, tell us a story.
Oh, bless you.
Bless you.
Thank you.
It was a good time.
Yeah.
I said haunted, and then I was like, I feel like I actually do have a really good ghost story that is kind of about performing. So
yeah.
it sort of like blends the two.
Perfect.
Which is that when I was doing summer stock theater in Vermont, I was like a non-equity actor, and so they put you in like a house with 40,000 other people. That's sort of what they're allowed to do because there's no rules about that.
Yeah.
And so my room was in the attic of a house that they called the farmhouse because it was a farmhouse in like the 1890s and has like since been turned into like a kind of cheap ski chalet
Sure.
that people will like rent when they're like up skiing in Stowe or whatever it is. And I was in the top floor and they had really sloped attic ceilings because it like just was an attic.
Sure.
And there were a bunch of beds pushed up against like the walls. And it looked like, remember the scene in Annie where like you see where all the orphans sleep?
Yeah.
When they're like, we love you, Miss Hannigan.
Hard Knock Life. type
Yes,
beat.
it like for sure looked like that. We called it like the barracks. And one night I
Nice.
was asleep and I was facing away from the wall. And I had that feeling on the back of my neck so strong that it woke me up out of my sleep. You know, the feeling where you're like, someone's looking at me.
Yeah.
And then you like turn and like someone is looking at you on the bus and you're like, whoa, I knew it.
Can I
just feel
say,
it.
I thought that was just an expression in books, like the hair stood up on the back of my neck
No.
until I cut my hair short. Hi, John. It do be sticking up on the
It's
back
true.
of your neck.
And it's
Yeah.
like that weird thing where like you can feel someone staring at you and you can like literally feel the energy of them staring at you and you
Yeah.
look and
Yeah.
they have been. That's so strange.
John
That
is,
feeling.
John is a cat, just so everyone knows. John
Oh,
is a
yeah.
cat, not a ghost in the room.
Yeah,
that Lily
we're
just said.
recording this episode on video as well. Hopefully that will be releasing around the same time this is releasing on audio. But if not, just picture a black and white cat who just jumped onto the table and started scratching Austin's notebook.
Yeah.
My nose. It's okay. Hi, John.
Okay, so I woke up from my sleep with this feeling of somebody's watching me, turned over in my bed to between the bed and the wall, which, like I said, was between a very sloped ceiling.
Yeah.
So
Mhm, mhm.
sloped that you couldn't stand fully upright. I'm 5'2" and I couldn't stand fully upright in the like space between the bed and the wall.
Mhm.
And there was a man standing there looking at me,
Oh no.
fully upright.
Yo.
And my brain was like, whoa, that's scary. But then my brain was also like, well, it can't be real because a guy wouldn't be able to fit there.
Sure.
But then my brain went, but then what am I looking at? And then my brain went, well, nothing because that wouldn't be possible. And my brain went, but then what are you looking at? It just sort of got stuck in that like
Yeah.
record loop sort of thing. And it just
Yeah.
like couldn't get any further than that thought. And then suddenly he was gone.
Whoa.
And I didn't feel
Wow.
fear because my brain didn't process it as being scary because it didn't feel possible.
Yeah.
So then I went to sleep. And then the next morning I woke up and was like, whoa, I think I saw a ghost last night. And there was one girl in my room who was like, do not talk about a ghost. I'm scared of ghosts. If you talk about ghosts, I'll have to leave the company. And I was like, fine, I won't talk about the ghosts.
You were like, thank goodness, I don't like you.
But like I mean, I was like so psyched to Sarah's story, and she truly was like, "You cannot talk about this ghost. I'm already miserable. Like, do not do this to me." And I was like, "Okay." And then a week later, I wake up to another person in the room going,
No.
"Who's here?" And I was like, "Lillian, what's up?" And she was like, "Nothing." She got weird embarrassed. And the next morning, I was like, "Hey, Lillian, do you remember talking in your sleep last night?" She was like, "No." And I was like, "Oh, darn." And then she was like, "Wait, this is gonna sound so crazy." I saw somebody standing between the bed and the wall.
Yo.
What?
And she was like, and I was like scared because I saw a man, but then I was like, how could anybody be there? They can't literally physically fit. And he was like standing upright. And I was like, that's the exact ghost that I saw.
Wow.
So anyway, we both saw the same ghost.
That's
Whoa.
wild.
And then also we were doing Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, if you want to go back to the performing
All
part.
right, so we're going to do a
Yeah.
Charlie and the Chocolate.
that was the ghost of
And
Gene
that was
Wilder.
also the show we were doing.
I heard of Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. Thank you.
Get out of here. Get out of here.
It does sound very spooky.
That's amazing.
Yeah, they're like, okay, forget having 4 ghosts end to end in the bed.
Yeah.
There's just one standing.
Just one big
How
ghost
do they
standing.
fit in the bed?
Yeah, that was that. I was really
Wow.
psyched. I was like, I can't believe I saw a ghost. I was like psyched about it.
Is that the first and only time you've seen a ghost?
Yeah.
Yeah.
She said sadly.
Yeah. Well, no, I really want to see one, but I never have.
I like ghosts. I think they're a cool idea.
Yeah. I don't want to be one.
I don't want to be, I don't know
You
what
want
I
to be a ghost?
I don't know. I'm doing Christmas Carol right now and they make ghosts sound bad.
Oh, yeah, there
Like
are
the
ghosts
ghosts
in
in that are like, oh, I float among the living. Do you know what I mean? Like they're not
Yeah.
happy.
I
Right.
always get freaked out. I think it's probably a tweet or something. There's no real authority that this statement has, but I feel like it's correct. They're like, you should dress well every day because when you die, that's your ghost outfit forever. And I think about that every time I'm wearing an outfit
Whoa.
I don't like that much, or if I'm in like ratty pajamas or something, and I'm like, this could be my outfit forever.
Maybe you didn't. Do you recall growing up when people would be like, you should match your bra to your underwear because if you're in an emergency and they like have to like rip your clothes off, your underwear will look not good?
I never
That's sort
heard
of
that.
insane. When I look back on it, I'm like, that's
That's
insane
crazy.
thing to tell a 12-year-old girl, I guess.
I just thought it was very grown up to match your bra and your underwear.
Sure. But did you ever get that advice of just being
No,
like,
I think it was
don't
just
wear ratty
internal.
underwear? What if the firemen have to rip your
I'm sure the first thing they're going to think about is
I
like,
used to,
wow.
when I was about 12, I had these like days of the week underwear that I really liked.
Oh, how chic.
And at first I would like only wear them on the correct day. And eventually I was like, I don't care. But I probably would have been embarrassed if a fireman had to rip my clothes off. And he's
Yes.
like, Wednesday, it's Saturday.
She's been wearing these since Wednesday. Yeah.
Put her back in the fire.
But also just like now that I look back on it, I'm like, why were people talking about other people ripping my clothes off
Yeah, you're
and
12.
judging my undergarments?
That's wild.
Even if I wasn't 12, even 17,
Literally
yeah.
any time
20,
to
that's
tell
an
someone
insane
that.
time.
Yeah,
to
I feel
tell
like
you
if I
that.
was stuck in a fire, that would be so far down my priority list.
Exactly.
Wait, no, let me burn.
Yeah.
Don't
oh
take my
shit!
clothes
I'm wearing
off.
underwear.
Wait,
that
don't
says
come in. I have to
Wednesday.
change. Wait, just 5 minutes. Just 5 minutes.
Wow.
What do I
Anyways,
want to
that's
die in? I
real
can't
off
die
topic.
in underwear that says Wednesday.
Yes, that's your ghost outfit.
Broken underwear is right once a week. Is that how the saying goes?
All right. To pull us back in, I love the idea of like ghost stories that like people aren't telling each other about. Like that's a thing in It too.
Oh.
Like they've all had experiences, like Stephen King's It, that like other people have seen it, but they're like not telling each other about it because they think they're the only one who's seen it, and like they're convinced everyone else is gonna think they're crazy about it.
Ooh.
So I love when your friend was like, and
Do
was
not
it the
talk
same friend
about
who later saw the ghost?
No, different.
Okay, different friend.
But then we both had to be like, don't tell Carolyn.
Don't tell me. Don't. I'm writing down.
Right,
Don't tell
don't-
Carolyn.
Like, oh God, now 2 of us have seen a ghost. Now we double can't tell Carolyn
Yeah.
about this.
Well,
yeah.
now I love the idea that everyone else but one person has seen a ghost.
Yeah.
And why?
But anyway, I thought it was cool. I was really happy to see a ghost. Nobody in Vermont was impressed. Opposite of it.
Nobody in Vermont was impressed.
I was like, I think I saw a ghost. And they're like, every year somebody sees a ghost.
They're like, yeah, it's Vermont.
Yeah, they were like beyond
You know
unimpressed.
how many people have died here?
Yes.
Do you know
they
how
couldn't have
commonplace
cared
ghosts
less.
are in New England?
Exactly.
Let-
they couldn't care.
Let me guess. He was standing in the attic. And
Yes, he was between the bed and the wall.
In a place that a full-grown man can't stand.
Exactly. that was almost humbling. That I was like, and I mean, don't go crazy when I say this, but I think I saw a ghost last night.
And
And
he
they were
was-
like, yeah, who hasn't?
He was wearing a really cool outfit that I would have been proud to die in.
He had ratty underwear, though, but you can't tell because he wasn't on fire.
I also love the idea of ghosts being embarrassed about what they're wearing or talking about that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or this sort of social rules of ghosts is very fun to think about.
I don't recall what this man was wearing.
Oh, well, it was dark.
It was dark, but also like the weird thing about it is that like his face was very clear to me,
Mm-hmm.
and
Mm.
he wasn't like blue and see through like a Star Wars hologram.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It was just sort of like a person,
Sure.
but like it didn't feel fully complete. Do you know what I mean? It wasn't like super detailed. Like I didn't see like hands and fingernails. It was just sort of like a face and then sort of like the shape of a body. And that was kind of all I saw.
Whoa.
Huh.
Ooh.
Whoa. Go surreal.
Podcast over. Go surreal.
Okay. Thank you guys. This has been Charms.
That's so cool. I
Per
love
scene.
I love the idea when I'm thinking of what we're about to do. I love the idea of like I know you weren't a child, but I whenever anyone talks about summer stock, I picture like kids at summer camp.
Yeah.
Even though I know that's not what summer stock is, and I love the idea of ghosts in that kind of environment. That's what a big thing that I'm drawing out of this.
Theater
story.
ghosts. Those
Theater
are a big
ghosts.
thing.
Yeah.
Love theater ghosts. Every ghost is every
the
theater's
ghost
haunted.
light. You're supposed to leave a ghost light on stage.
Yeah.
For the ghosts.
Yeah.
Oh.
Also for safety.
And for safety
Yeah,
too,
so no one
but also
falls
for the
off the edge of the
ghosts.
stage.
Or else they'll make you do Macbeth or whatever that one is.
Yeah. Oh, I have another amazing haunted theater story, but
Okay.
maybe we shouldn't tell it at the top of this podcast, or else we'll only talk about ghosts.
I mean, this podcast can be whatever we want it to be.
We've been
Okay.
told that some people listen to just the stories and then click off before the musical
Is
happens.
that true?
So honestly, go ahead.
Okay.
Yeah.
My friend Tyler used to work in the East Village at the musical Stomp.
Mm.
Did you ever walk past that ever in New York?
No.
It's in a
We're in
a
Chi- we're from
place.
Chicago.
I guess I don't know. Like the theater district is like Midtown Manhattan,
Okay.
and then there are occasional other theaters not in Midtown Manhattan, and one of them that's like a fun exception is Stomp ran for like 25 years in the East Village, in a building that was a converted tenement. Isn't quite the right word. It was like a housing complex for, I believe it was Ukrainian families.
Mm-hmm.
It was like women and children who had moved and like maybe their husbands were working a lot, or maybe they were working somewhere else, or maybe
Mhm.
they were back home sending money. And nothing about that is haunted necessarily. But the biggest, this is such a bummer for going into our podcast, the biggest single day loss of lives in New York City pre 9/11 was that there was a cruise ship that went out in the East River and sunk.
Mm.
And it was all women and children.
Mhm.
And because they were like poor immigrants, they were not like, this ship was not well equipped with like the right safety stuff. And so everybody died. It was
Yeah.
just like
Oof.
one and done. And they all lived in this building. And so
Yeah.
then the theater where Stomp was extremely haunted, but it was haunted by like children ghosts.
Whoa.
So when my friend
Ah.
went to go be like a box office manager there, he'd be like the first person in of the day, and he'd turn all the lights on, and he'd go like get the stage ready. And they'd turn the lights off on him, and they'd slam doors behind him, and they'd run up and down the stairs. And it just freaked him out because that's scary.
That's so cool.
And so he talked to somebody else who was like working at the building, and he was like, I know you're going to think I sound crazy, much like people in Stephen King's It,
Yeah.
but I am scared when I'm here. I like hear little kids' voices, and I hear people running up and down the stairs, and then I go out and like look above me, and there's nobody on the stairs, and I'm the only person in the building, and like it's getting scary. And she was like, oh yeah. And then she told the story that I just told and was like, they are kids and they will respond like kids. So when you come in, you should greet them
Yeah.
and just say
Aw.
like, hey, what's up?
Yeah.
I'm here for the day. Also, don't fucking scare me. I'm sharing the space with you. And so he would like come in and be like, hi guys, it's Tyler. Please don't scare me. I don't like it. Like he would just like talk to them
Yeah.
like kids. He'd be like, it freaks me out when you do that and I don't like it. So you really have to stop doing that, especially stuff that could hurt me, like
Wow.
slamming a door closed behind me.
And
it
they would
helped?
leave him. alone?
Yes. But the days he would
Wow.
forget to do it, like if he was like coming in late, they would like start pranking him. And
Respect your ghost.
He'd have to be like,
Wow.
oh, right, guys, I forgot. Please stop pranking me.
Wow.
That's crazy.
I love that though.
That's
I
so
love it.
cool.
I believe in ghosts now. I didn't.
Yes.
And after
This is a
this,
ghost
I believe in
podcast
ghosts
now?
now.
Yes. Great.
That's
So yeah,
so
little
cool.
kid ghosts.
Yeah. Amazing.
Cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
What are you pulling from
I'm
this?
intrigued
Yeah.
by the boat thing, especially. I'm intrigued by the outfits thing. I'm intrigued by ghost rules of politeness.
Yeah.
I think we got to meet some ghosts.
You know,
Yeah, maybe
like
some
yeah.
ghosts.
Like the swipe or no swiping effect.
He's like, oh,
Yeah.
Can you
Now we
please
can't
not
prank
haunt
him.
me? Oh man.
yeah. But you had to like sort of take a strict tone. You had to be like, guys, it's gonna be a busy day today. We're gonna have lots of people in here to see this show. And if you guys are making trouble, look, well, I don't think we're gonna have ice cream tonight. And they'd be like, no.
You know what we haven't done? Because we have done a ghost themed episode, but we haven't done one from the perspective of the ghosts.
I know.
Yeah.
Which I think would be very fun to see.
I think we got
You're describing the movie The Others.
Oh, I haven't seen it.
Oh my God, I kind of spoiled it. Forget I ever said that. And then
Okay.
go watch that.
He's describing this episode of Charm Scene. All right, let's go there.
Yeah.
We open on a haunted theater. So many terrible things have happened here over the past centuries. Ships have crashed into the theater. The building has burned down multiple times.
They did Shucked once.
Just once. And they were scared because there were far too many ghosts. And now all those ghosts collect every night, and they meet one another and they swap stories from their times as ghosts. But they can only see each other. And it's very important that no one in the building knows they're here.
Phantom of the Opera, the only thing that they got right is that ghosts do live in theaters and we all come out at night.
A Christmas Carol, got it oh so wrong. Ghosts can't travel through time, they've been here all along. That's how ghosts work, that's how ghosts work.
Oklahoma, that doesn't have any ghosts. That's why I hate that show the most.
Music Man actually has a ghost, but he's in the background and nobody notices him. It's a secret spooky ghost. That's how ghosts work. That's how ghosts work. That's how ghosts work. That's how ghosts work.
You might think that people live in fear, but the scariest thing about me, ghost, is I never got off my headgear. So now I sound like this, and I'll be like this forever. That's why being a ghost is a very scary endeavor. That's how ghosts work. That's how ghosts work. That's how ghosts work.
That's how ghosts work. We're here and we're stuck forever in whatever we died in. Whatever we had on our heads or we were wearing on our skin.
There's so many different outfits. Oh God, what a broad range. As long as you don't end up like me and you die in the middle of the costume change. Ghosts work. That's how 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 ghosts work. That's how
We cut to some of these ghosts have drifted off. They're in different corners of the building here. Some of them are lingering on the stage around the ghost light. Some of them are in the booth. Some of them are in their chosen seats that they always need to leave open out in the theater. But we see one ghost who doesn't seem to have a place. She lingers currently on the staircase, completely alone, just sort of hovering a foot or so off the bottom step.
Gee, look at all those cute, alive boys out the window.
Hey, you want to throw the football around?
Leave me alone. Gosh. Sweet, alive guys with hot, alive bodies and warm, alive skin. All these dumb boys in here that are ghosts. I don't like any of them. They're all lame.
I'm right here.
Shut up, Tyler.
At least you died with your braces, so you're gonna have straight teeth for eternity. I died before I could get braces, and now I look like a squirrel.
Tyler, don't even try and make me feel better. Everybody knows you would never dare kiss a ghost with headgear on. Not even you, Tyler.
What? And the ghost blushes in a way that you didn't even know ghosts could.
If you're watching from afar, and nobody is right now, but if you were to watch, it would just be two red glowing orbs in the air. That's Tyler's cheeks right now.
Elizabeth?
Yeah?
And first of all, I'm sorry that that's your name, because that's really hard to say when you have headgear.
Yeah, well, tell me about it.
I think you're too sad.
Too sad?
Like, even for a ghost.
What are you talking about? What do I have to live for or die for, I guess?
That's so funny. You're so funny. Anyway,
Shut up, Tyler.
Okay. Listen.
I just mean, like, people come in and they see these shows and the touring companies come in. I mean, like, Book of Mormon came through last month and I know that all those boys were gay, but hachi-machi. All those cute guys backstage. And it just made me feel like, you know, I'll never get the experience of, like, growing up.
Yeah. That's kind of how I felt when Peter Pan came through, but then I was really glad to not grow up. There was like multiple songs about how cool that is, and I really internalized it, you know? Like, I mean, being 12, that everyone agrees that that's the best age, right?
I guess so. I think maybe we took different lessons from seeing Peter Pan.
What? I think I got it. I believe that being 12 is the best age, and I believe that fairies are real.
Yeah, but think about all the things that you get to do when you're grown up.
Forever 12. I wanna be forever 12. You're grown up enough to do everything you want. Ooh, forever 12. I wanna be forever 12. My growth has unfortunately been stunted.
I think being 12 is sort of a rough gig. I mean, I'm not quite an adult, but I'm also not really a kid. I won't get to have affairs and tell really sexy lies and experiment with both girls and guys.
But we are forever 12. I wanna be forever 12. You've got freedom, but no responsibility. Forever 12. I wanna be forever 12. And how bad can it be if you are forever 12 with me?
Shut up, Tyler.
Okay.
But if we are forever 12, we'll never get to try a drink. Think about that. Doesn't that thought really kind of think? If we are forever 12, we'll never get to buy a house. Okay, maybe we wouldn't ever buy a house, even if we were like 30. But we're forever 12.
I wanna be forever 12. I can do anything I please.
I can't do anything because I'm forever 12. And I wanna be forever 12.
The only thing scarier than a ghost is turning 30.
The only thing scarier than a ghost is never kissing a boy. Forever 12.
We cut to elsewhere in the building. There's a janitor sprinting down the hallway, clearly running from something, and he's running to the main administrative office of this theater. He gets in, he slams the doors, he's panting. What was
Hey,
that? Oh.
are
hey,
you
boss.
okay?
Oh.
Are you okay? You seem out of breath.
Oh.
Is it from all the mopping I'm making you do?
Well, Mr. Chris, I haven't meaning to tell you about the amount of mopping that you're making me do, but that's unrelated to what I just saw.
Sure.
I looked into the theater, and have you ever been on the Haunted Mansion ride at Disney?
Sure.
Like either at Land or World, it's the same ride. They built them in tandem, and have you ever?
Oh, they built them at the same
They built
time?
them at the same. Well, they made the props at the same time, knowing Disney World was going to open like a year later.
Hey,
Anyway,
I know that you wanted to be an Imagineer and you ended up as a janitor.
and I'm just a janitor, but I'm not making this one up. I looked into the theater and I looked on the stage, and I swear it was like the Pepper's Ghost effect, which is like a large sheet of glass projected.
Okay, you're gonna have to get to it a little
It was
faster.
a bunch of ghosts sort of dancing around on the stage, and they were all wearing different outfits from different eras of time, and they kept sort of
Oh.
blinking in and out of existence as the ghost light caught them.
Yeah. Perhaps you're old enough.
What?
Maybe you're old enough for me to tell you.
I'm
that
27.
now. Come sit on my knee.
Mr. Chris, you can't tell me to do
Please,
that
come
again.
sit on my knee.
Mr. Chris, we talked about this.
Okay, fine. Sit near my knee.
I'll sit on your knee, and he sits on his knee, and he's uncomfortable about it.
My sweet lad.
Yeah, that's my name.
When I hired you here, I hired you because you have an imaginative spirit. That's the part of you that wants to work at Disney
Yeah.
and be an inventor of
Yeah.
sorts. But in truth, I've been hiding something from you. And it's not your wages. I'm really fair about that.
I don't know about that, Mr. Grin.
No, listen to this.
Normally you don't have to say that if you're being fair.
There are ghosts here!
What?
There are ghosts here.
No.
But don't fear that there are ghosts here. This theater is famous for having ghosts. It's also famous for paying the most. Please don't unionize with your fellow janitor.
It's not really on the table right now.
But this theater is famous for being haunted. It's not a fact that we flaunted because we were afraid that the janitors would unionize.
There are ghosts here.
There are ghosts here.
There are ghosts here.
There are ghosts here.
I hear what you're saying, and it's crystal clear that there are ghosts here. So what you're saying is while I have been dreaming of you paying me more,
We'll talk about that later.
I've been hunted by ghosts and ghouls and goblins galore. 'Cause every time by surprise that I see a ghost's eyes, it reminds me that I should not unionize. And so I've come to you, discovering this great secret. There are ghosts here. How could that be? There are ghosts here. Ghosts I've never seen. There are ghosts here. There are ghosts here.
You know, it's not an effect. These ghosts are real, and they really, really wet. Some of them died in a costume change, and that kinda messed with their brains.
So when I found puddles on the ground that should not have been there, there was no one around. You're telling me that all that wet came from a ghost.
Please don't unionize.
There are ghosts here. There are ghosts here. And if I ask for more money, my job will disappear. But there are ghosts here. There are ghosts. We cut to outside the theater. There's a bunch of 12-year-old alive human boys just throwing the football around in the empty parking lot of this giant theater.
We should have brought a different ball for Foursquare. This one sucks.
This is a weird choice, Brad.
It's not bouncing, Aiden.
Brad, can I ask you something?
Yeah, of course.
What happens when we die?
Bro, what?
Brad, what happens when we die?
Bro, you're doing too much.
Brad, I just learned about death on the internet. What happens?
What the hell? You just learned about it?
I didn't know. I'm 12. I've been very fortunate with my family members thus far.
I mean, I feel like this is one of those, like, ask your parents, because I'm, like, not qualified, and, like, each kind of parent set wants their kid to believe something different. Like,
Brad,
maybe your parents are religious or something.
No, I can't ask them. They suck.
Yeah.
They suck.
They give you 45 minutes of screen time a day. That's bull
That's
crap.
great. How are you supposed to watch an entire Disney Channel original movie in that time?
You gotta watch it over 2 days. That's cringe.
That's ridiculous, Brad.
You're
basically my parent. You're 12 and a half, dude.
Yeah. Well, I don't know, but what I think happens is you just cease to be.
What?
You know, like your thoughts just kind of stop and your body stops and your heart stops and like your mind just goes dark, but like in a nice way.
How is that nice? You mean After I die, I can't play Foursquare with a football with my best friend Brad anymore?
We kind of can't play it now. This ball doesn't bounce very well.
We can try, though. And if we're dead, we can't even try.
This entire conversation, they're trying. Each time one of them has a line, they've been throwing the ball. It doesn't bounce. They run and get it, and they try again. Oh, thank you.
Yeah, this is what I'm talking about. This is what humanity does best, Brad. We
What?
try and we fail, and we try and we fail. And eventually, we might just play Foursquare. But if we're dead, no more Foursquare.
Yeah, so I mean, like, that could be kind of terrifying, but to me, I think that's kind of beautiful. Like, I'm only gonna live to be like 80 or 90 or 100 or 110 or 120
or 130.
Maybe, with the way modern medicine is going. I mean, we're 12 now. By the year 2100, we may have unlocked some secrets to biology and epigenetics, but I digress. The beauty of
You're so
that,
smart, Brad.
everyone only gets 130 precious years on this earth. And so, to me, that makes Foursquare even more beautiful.
You mean like each square? Each square is just a part of life.
Now you're getting it. Let's walk through what each one of the four squares represents.
The first square, you're born and you meet the world.
Yeah.
You make new friends, you meet your parents, you meet a couple boys and girls.
Yeah, we are kind of in the first square now. Every new thing we learn is like, wow, there's so much to do and so much to see.
Life's not a circle, it's a square. Yeah. And by one square, I mean four squares. Life's not a circle, it's a square. And by a square, I actually mean four squares.
Second square of life is where stuff really starts to take off. You got higher education and maybe a marriage and maybe even a job. Trying to figure out who you are and what your place is on earth. And your whole perspective gets rocked at your first child's birth.
Life's not a circle, it's a square. And by a square, I mean four squares. Life's not a circle, it's a square. By a square, I actually mean four squares. And third square, it's when you're getting old. Your kids are starting to move out and you're left out in the cold. In that third square, you learn what life is all about. It's just you and your history and the future full of doubt. Life's not a circle, it's a square.
By a square,
I mean four squares. Life's not a circle, it's a square. And by square, I mean four squares.
the fourth square. You sort of wrap up your affairs and figure out where your life is gonna go from there. It's kind of this beauty, even though you may have lost friends. You've dictated your life and now you're dictating the end.
Not a circle, it's a square. And by a square, I mean four squares. Life's not a circle, it's a square.
Beauty of life is you don't know what
We cut back inside the theater where we see Elizabeth hovering up and down the hallways, murmuring to herself all the woes of life. Who knows where Tyler is?
If anybody wants to like come out and pop out of the wall, make out. I'm just murmuring to myself in the hallway.
Hey.
What?
Hey,
Hey.
it's me again, Tyler.
Hey, what's up, Tyler?
Look, when my mom was alive, don't be sad. I died a really long time ago too. She told me, if you love someone, let them go. And I think I really love you, Elizabeth. But if what you want is an alive 12-year-old boy, that I think you should go outside and talk to those kids who keep throwing a football on the ground.
You really mean it?
Yeah.
You don't think they'd like totally freak out?
I mean, you gotta try, right? Because then you'll never know.
But Tyler, how could anybody love me with headgear on?
Are you kidding?
What could you even? Well, who could ever see anything positive about me?
Yeah, who
I've
could
got
ever?
Mouthy hair and big teeth,
Yeah.
big glasses that are so thick you can hardly even see my beautiful eyes behind them. I'm wearing underwear that I dyed in. It says Tuesday. It's not even Tuesday.
The glowing orbs show up again as Tyler blushes furiously at the thought of her underwear.
Glowing orbs. The janitor is lurking around the corner. There's a mop in his hand.
Hey, Elizabeth.
Yeah?
Do you see that? It kind of looks like a man standing there, even though there's no room for a man to be standing there.
What? Wait, there's no way a fully grown man could fit in that part of the hallway.
I'm oddly proportioned. Oh, all right. I'm just gonna walk up to that floating pair of embarrassed cheeks, and I'm gonna tell him to leave. I'm gonna tell him I gotta do my job and I gotta mop that floor and to stop making it all wet. All right, Ghost.
Ah!
And he steps around the corner. It's time for you two to leave.
Wait, he can see us?
Barely.
You can see us?
I just barely, but I can hear you.
Sorry for hiding your mops all the time.
For what?
For hiding your mops all the time.
That was you?
Yeah, I feel really bad about it.
I thought it was Mr. Chris.
No, that guy's weird, dude.
I know, right?
Yeah.
That's the one room in the theater we do not hide.
Yeah, there's
how mu-
a lot of guys go in there, sit on his lap,
You-
never come out.
You two ghosts just know what's going on.
Just know what's going on.
We're precocious as hell.
Yeah, we've been here for 100 years.
I've just been here for a week.
We died seeing the original Oklahoma.
What? It was here?
Yeah,
Whoa.
it came through in town. It was on tour.
And you died while it was happening?
Yes, the theater burned down.
Oh.
And they got all the actors out. But the non-union people, that's what we call just regular people in the audience.
The children?
Yeah.
We all died. So it's not like the revival that came around recently.
No, that
it's
was
the
very
original
progressive. This is the
one.
old
Yeah,
one.
this was
But
the
we
old
got
one.
to die doing our favorite thing, which is watching musicals. So we just stay here and hang out. Do you know anything about love?
What?
You heard him. Do you know anything about
Oh,
love?
what? I gotta use my ghost voice for you to take me seriously? Do you know anything about love?
Please stop.
Yeah, they both get really big and blue and scary.
How are
and
you
their
both so
eyes
big?
get-
The ceiling only goes so high.
Yeah, ghosts don't have those rules.
Yes, I know about love.
Okay.
I was in love once.
With who?
Her name was Magenta.
I don't care.
Oh,
Yeah.
you asked me about
Summarize what you learned from
Bratty
the
little
experience.
12-year-olds.
Listen.
Can you synthesize information?
I have a big crush on Elizabeth, but she has a crush on the outside boys, so I'm trying to encourage her to go out. And if you have any advice on that, that would be great.
You mean
Sorry,
those-
and I was bending down, so I didn't hear him say whatever
Those
he just
shit
said.
heels in the parking lot? The ones who play Foursquare with a goddamn uninflated
yeah.
football?
Oh my God, hubba hubba.
Oh,
This
my.
guy curses a lot.
You two kids got a lot to learn if you're ever going to grow. Oh,
Yeah,
I guess
Yeah.
you won't.
exactly.
Well, we're kind of forever 12. In a nice kind of way, I think.
Yeah, I died in headgear.
Yeah, that does.
And since there's no ghost dentist in this building, I'll just never really know what it feels like to move out of the ugly duckling phase into becoming the swan that I always thought I'd be.
Well, let me tell you. I'm not 12. I'm 27.
Oh God, that's old.
And I'm so sad that you two won't get to go to heaven. So let me tell you about my life so far. It hasn't been great. Just look where the three of us are. I was 12, and then I was 13, and then I was 14, and 15, you understand. And in that time, I had so many life experiences that made me the person you see before you, this man. So live your life through me. Live your life through me. It hasn't been much of that, I guarantee. But live your life through me.
I have to ask you a question.
Yeah.
Here, take my hand.
Whoa, it's cold.
Have you ever been to a magical place called Disneyland?
Oh my God, yes.
What was it like? Was it totally incredible? And were there lots of churros there that were crispy and also edible?
You're not gonna believe this, oh you sweet little girl. I've not just been to Disneyland, I've been to Disney World. And wow, you've gotta see it. I mean, let me show you what I mean. There's no way you can go there, but maybe in your dreams, live your life.
Live your life.
Live your life.
Live our lives through him.
You can live your life happily ever after through me.
So wait,
Yeah,
why are you here then?
well,
I mean, the two of us are stuck.
Yeah.
But for you, it sounds like it's your own damn fault. If your life kinda sucks.
yeah, things were good for a while, but then the good times they stop. And now you see me with no smile, just here holding this mop. 'Cause I gave up on everything, I forgot what I wanted to be. So live your life
Live our lives
through me.
through you.
Live your life
Live your lives
through me.
through you.
I'll be the best that I can be if you live your life through me. So I guess what I'm saying is, you kids have inspired me to do better.
Yeah. Are you gonna finally quit being a janitor?
Not that there's anything wrong with being a janitor specifically. We just think it's kind of shitty to be a janitor here.
Yeah.
With
And also,
your
you clearly
boss.
don't like it.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna let those kids inside. And I'm gonna get them a real ball. And I'm gonna get them 2 more players for their Foursquare game, because it's hard to play Foursquare with 2 people.
Yeah, that's the
Yeah.
problem, really.
I'm letting them in. And I'm gonna give you kids the experience you've always wanted. Come with me, and he runs down the stairs, and he slips on a wet spot that an old-timey ghost made. I'm okay, and he gets up, and he keeps running, and he gets up,
We're about to have another
I
ghost.
thought we were gonna have another ghost
and
here.
he runs for the door, and he slips on another puddle, and he collapses.
Oh my God.
I'm okay, I'm fine.
Woo,
I'm all right.
phew.
And he opens the doors, and he goes, "Oh, boys."
Yeah.
Yeah? Why don't you come inside this theater?
We're not theater kids. We're clearly sports
Also,
kids.
we've heard weird things about the guy who runs this place, and we are not comfortable with it.
Why do you want us to come inside?
I've got 2 kids who want to meet you,
Okay.
and they can't come outside because they're dead.
Yo, we were just talking about this.
But these kids are ghosts. They didn't complete the 4 squares of life.
Oh my God.
They're stuck somewhere in the lines.
That means you don't just give up consciousness. You continue to be. Aiden, we gotta go in.
Let me prove it to you. Oh, Elizabeth, oh, Tyler.
Hey.
And
Yeah.
they float up to the window, and you can see them in the light. Wow. Brad, I'm Aiden. Look at those kids.
Oh my gosh. They look just like us, except with old-timey headgear and clothes.
Hey, old man. Yeah, I'm 27. What? Can those ghosts, can they bounce a ball?
Can we bounce the ball?
Can we slam doors and light candles? Yeah, we can
Yeah,
bounce
we
the
can
ball.
bounce the ball.
Get on in here, kids. Let's play some Foursquare. And the 2 boys, they run inside. The janitor pulls out of storage an actual G-deep dodgeball. And he gives it to him and he goes, "Go nuts, kid. These tiles ought to do it just fine."
We did High School Musical at this theater.
That's right.
Look at this ball. A perfect circle. That's usually what people equate life to.
Yeah.
You know, like when Joni Mitchell wrote that song, The Circle Game?
Yeah.
Or like that musical, The Lion King, The
Right.
Circle of Life.
Yeah. Well, I can't believe this. Bounce to a ghost. Of the times I've had, this is the most fun. So I'll bounce to a ghost. Can you tell me what it's like to be a ghost?
Sure. Being a ghost can be kind of frustrating, but also
my deepest fears. I've already died at 12 years old. That's pretty serious here. And listen, I've got 100 years and so much more time I've got until infinity to keep shooting my shot. I'm gonna bounce to a ghost. Bounce to a ghost. Bounce to a ghost. Bounce, bounce, bounce to a ghost.
Oh my gosh! There are ghosts here, I always knew!
What?
There are ghosts here like you, and you!
Mr. Chris!
No?
Do you guys want the job? All of my other guys left with the key fob!
Bounce.
We're gonna bounce!
Let's go.
Aw, damn!
Bounce to a ghost.
Pretty weird thing to ask a 12-year-old.
Bounce to a ghost.
It was better in your time when child labor was fine!
Hey, Elizabeth, I see you over there, and I'm really into this.
Wow!
I know it's embarrassing, but as a 12-year-old boy, I've never had a
You
kiss.
mean you'd be interested in kissing me, even with my teeth behind these bars?
Yeah.
I guess I would say that I'm interested. Let's blast off to Mars.
And then we're gonna bounce to a ghost. Oh my God, they're making out. Bounce
Fuck 'em.
to a ghost. Ow, 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 ow. How does that hurt me? Ouch. Bounce to a ghost. Yay!
The want was achieved. We did it.
We did it. We finally got there at the very end.
Oh, that was so cute.
That was such a goofy story.
Wow, that was so stupid. I loved it.
Yeah.
Elizabeth got her kiss after all.
We're gonna put that as a tagline for this episode. That was so
Elizabeth gets a kiss.
stupid. I love it.
I mean, it was so stupid. Also, genuinely, in my first ever musical improv class I took, somebody started a song in the clear. Like, not like song coming up to it. And I was like, that was the most badass thing I've always seen. I've always had a dream to do it.
Yeah.
And I think today.
I think that was also a first. I don't think anyone's ever called a song like that. So well done.
I've never done it either.
Wow.
I've always been. I've always
Wow.
been.
Trailblazer.
Oh,
Yeah.
totally
People
worth
say it
it.
about me all the time.
No. Well, good. Because we're not exactly done here.
Okay.
We need one more song. See, we hear a charm scene. We're real into real charming characters. So, Allie, our question to you is, we need you to pick a character that you found the most charming, maybe a character that you just want to hear a little bit more from. And basically get a little extra song from them, a little solo, a little journey. Find out just what else you want to know.
There were so many fun characters in this show.
We had Elizabeth and we had Tyler. We had the janitor. We had Mr. Chris. We had the two outside boys.
Yeah,
We had a couple of unnamed ghosts in the
I'm
first
torn
song.
between Mr. Chris asking people to sit on his lap, or finally seeing the janitor go live his dream and become an Imagineer. I would I'm like sort of dying to know what happens to him.
Yeah. You call it.
Let's go to I want to see the janitor.
Okay.
I want to see him sort of like do his pitch.
All right.
All right.
Yeah.
Like, well, let's see your portfolio then.
You see, I've spent a lot of time with a couple friends who inspired me to leave my old job and chase my dreams.
Yeah, people say that a lot when they come to Disney.
No, but these friends were special.
Yeah, people say that a lot when they come to Disney.
I've got a big idea. Your next attraction. You think you're busy now, but with this, that's barely a fraction. I wanna build a house. I wanna fill it with ghosts. I know you've already got one on both coasts.
Yes, very famous.
But I wanna build you a haunted mansion too. It goes right next to the one that you've already got. I wanna build you a haunted mansion too. 'Cause it's one thing this park could not do without. Picture it now. A bunch of cars moving slowly down a haunted hallway.
We've got one of those.
And you're surrounded by doors, and there's banging from the other side of the doors. And then you go into a room with a floating head inside a crystal ball.
Okay.
And just you wait, if if you are asking me for more, 'cause that's what I wanna do. I wanna build you a haunted mansion too. It's something this park could not possibly do without. That's what I wanna do. Give this park a haunted mansion too. And it's the best idea, have no doubt. And then you fall out of the attic on your back into a cemetery, and there's a bunch of ghosts around you, but they're silly and not so scary. There are little busts that sing and ghosts that pop out. Oh, it's just the most. And I even wrote a song just for this ride. I'm calling it Grim Grinning Ghost. I wanna build you a haunted mansion too. It's the one thing that you needed all these years. I wanna build you a brand new ride, a haunted mansion too. It's the best way to get people in by using their fear.
Oh God, Tyler, this guy fell on his head and he's talking nonsense.
And
just
then
like
I
into
think-
the air.
I think we could build a pirate ride too that floats on water.
I think he's bleeding out, Tyler.
Pirates of the Jamaicas? I'll work on it.
Maybe we should take him out back and put him to rest.
Okay, we can bury him in that cemetery that already exists.
Rip to this janitor. Leith, you tried having a good dream.
If that's what you're gonna do, then I'll live in the haunted mansion too. I'll finally be there. I will be a ghost. I'm gonna die too and end up in the haunted mansion too. And follow me, I'll be your freaking ghost host on this place called the Haunted Mansion 2. Yay!
There we go.
You told me to come up with new stuff, and I just can't stop thinking about the Haunted
Has
Mansion.
the charm scene ever gone back to redact what actually happened in the show?
Just dies. Friends, I'm sitting across from the amazing, incredible. It's Lily Ludwig.
I'm sitting across from the spooky as hell Austin Packard.
On the keys this entire time has been none other than the phenomenal music director himself. It's Sam Scheidler.
And the funniest bit of the episode, the sounds of the football himself, it's Chris Ditton.
Kristen on the drums, and of course, we could not have done it without the amazing, fantastic, incredible, our charming guest today is Allie Gordon.
Yay!
Thank you so much for joining us.
That was a blast.
This was so fun. Thank you for your one day off while you're here in Chicago
You've
for
got
coming.
a
That's
crazy
exactly what I
busy
wanted.
schedule. Thank you so much for doing more comedy on your day off from
Yeah.
comedy.
I will say, I think maybe you'll be surprised. When you see Christmas Carol, it's like quite earnest.
Yeah.
So I've been really like dying to play a horny ghost. Like, you know what I
So
mean? Like
good.
I needed this. I was craving this.
And I really
Yeah.
wanted to play a friend zone ghost.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I really wanted to play the piano.
And you did.
Good job,
You
Sam.
did. Chris, what
your
Chris,
dreams.
Chris, what do you want to do? You're not on mic, but you wanted to do that.
Yeah.
He always wants to do that.
Fantastic.
So
Well,
if people if they loved this episode and they want to hear more from you, what should they check out online?
Okay, you can find me on TikTok, but not really because I run it. I hired a 26-year-old to run this TikTok because I don't know how to run TikTok. That's fine. That's for the old people to understand. I wrote a musical called Power Trip. It's like an original story idea that I had, and I wrote lyrics and the book for this musical with my writing partner, Angela Parrish, with the music, and it's great. And this TikTok at Power Trip Musical has some songs and some info about it, and I think the show is great. And my dream for it, my hope for it, is that it is like for high schools and theater camps and it's like meant for licensing. It's got like, it can have like a cast of 7 if you want, but it can also have a cast of like 50 if you want. And it's like a fun fantasy comedy musical. It's really silly.
that's amazing.
Wow.
I love it.
If you're a teen or you know a teen, check out this teen musical.
Yeah. Check out this teen musical.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's really fun. I love it. I think it's a really fun, silly show. It has female leads.
Yes.
Hello.
2025.
2025, it's time.
It's 2025.
Yeah. And I'm in Chicago right now doing VHS Christmas carols with Team Starkid. It will be closed by the time you listen to this. But we often will do like digital tickets for things. And I'm pretty sure we'll do a digital ticket for this one.
Yeah.
And we also put last year's version of the show on YouTube. Again, same thing. We're like, it'll be on there for a little
We
bit.
keep seeing
and
it
then we'll-
recommended, but we've made a point of not
Don't watch
watching
it. Yeah, you should be surprised.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, definitely. Come be surprised.
That's so cool.
Everybody's excited to see you guys. So.
We love promoting live shows on this. Like, as much fun as it is to do this recorded, there's really nothing like the magic of a live show.
Yeah.
So wherever you're listening to this, watch the recordings of Christmas Carol. If they're available right now, go find them. But also, we really encourage you to seek out live shows wherever you are. If you're in Chicago, if you're in LA, there's shows everywhere. There's shows if you're anywhere near civilization, I guarantee you there is live art happening somewhere around you, and we really encourage you to go see it.
Yeah, we're always talking about stuff that's going on in Chicago. Really cool to talk about stuff that's going on in LA. Go see Shamilton. Go see Baby Wants Candy out there.
Yeah, I'm also on a really fun team of expat New Yorkers called Dollar Slice. We do
Cool.
musical improv.
Nice.
Yeah.
You can catch us in LA if you're around there.
Go find them. And then while you're in LA, you can also go to Anaheim and go to Disneyland.
Disneyland. Go to the Haunted Mansion, which is currently
I hate it.
the what's it called? The Nightmare Before Christmas.
I hate it. That's all, I could do a whole podcast on how much I hate the overlay.
Oh no, we don't have time for that. Thank you, everyone. Thank you. Thanks, Austin. Thanks, Sam. Thanks, Chris. Thanks especially to Allie.
We have been Charm Scene. We put out every episode. Every Tuesday, you get new episodes. You can learn more about us at Charm Scene Pod. Please do tell your friends and come on back. But until then,
You just got cursed.
Ooh.